Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's now Friday the 27th of January 2017 and I'm heading home at 5:30. I'm giving this vlog a second try, would you believe, because I spent 26 minutes this morning on the way to work after dropping the lad off, and would you believe somehow the driving footage didn't record. Oh, now it's telling me something rubbish about accessories not being supported. Oh, God. Right, we're off. Okay, so yeah, it's the driving footage didn't record. It was a brilliant vlog this morning, I've got to be honest with myself. I did an outstanding job of the vlog, and unfortunately large amounts of it referred to the fog, the snow, the -4 conditions it was this morning, and I just kind of thought, you know, if I upload me talking and do the Star Wars Battlefront thing again, it's not going to work right, is it? It's going to look odd because I'm referring to fog and cars behind me and all sorts of things that you've got no concept of because I haven't got the dash cam footage. So I decided I'd redo the whole vlog again tonight, and it'll probably be nowhere near as good. And I've got to drop Herm's parcels off. So yeah, dropped the youngest off. He was supposed to be going for a trip to St Ives, which is like a country park bit. Funny enough, we've been there before, so he's got experience in St Ives because he used to go there. His grandma, my mum, used to be. Oh, I just nipped over the curby bit there, trying to get round. See, all of these lot are going straight on. You can go straight on in both lanes and then just pull in after wide. Block up everything, and it blocks everything else up. It's such a nuisance. So yeah, dropped it off. Apparently they didn't go on the trip in the end, given the fact it was super foggy this morning, snowing, or it wasn't really snow. Apparently it was more like freezing fog. So now you're telling me low battery. Get out of town. I've got you on charge, even though you do say that the accessory's not supported. Oh, do you know? So what's going to probably happen now? What are they doing? Is that my phone is going to run out of charge very rapidly. Marvellous, isn't it? So yes, I'll sort my phone out when I get to the garage to drop my Herm's parcels off. So they didn't send him, even though I spent ages this morning getting him wrapped up like a complete dog's dinner. All these multiple layers, because it was going to be cold and freezing and snowy, and waterproof leggings on and wellies on with his welly socks as well as his normal socks. So he turned up at school like an Arctic explorer, my little lad did, and then they didn't go, so he'd have had to get it all off again. What a nightmare. And so I trailed to work, and then after all that time found that the dashcam footage hadn't saved, and then I looked in the back of the car and realised with all the faffing about with my youngest, I'd forgotten the MacBook Pro, left that at home. So I've had to spend all day at work using a stupid Windows machine. Nightmare. The struggle is real. Poor people who've got to deal with Windows boxes. Yeah, I spent all day using a Windows computer to do my bits of work and things. And it wasn't a nice experience, to be perfectly honest. So that hasn't been great either. So most of this week has been fine until today, which has turned into a complete malarkey. But there you are, such is life. So what has been happening other than that? Last weekend didn't get up to too much, I don't think. Didn't go out anywhere. No, I did a bit of shopping. Nothing exciting really. So not too much happened last week. Now obviously this week we've had new iOS and macOS Sierra updates. After, it can only be like a week and a half ago that 10.2, I think .1 final came out, and now we're on iOS 10.3 beta, which is quite interesting because it updates to the AFPS file system now. So it used to be, I'm going to let him go. Go on. HFS Plus, and now we've got the AFPS file system, which is a bit of a new one. It's supposed to be a lot better for flash NAND storage and a raft of other improvements. So I've got to admit, my phone did seem quite a lot more snappy when I installed it first, but I haven't rebooted it in about a week and a half, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it was just needing a reboot and it's not any faster. Battery life is not any better, I'll tell you that now, on 10.3, which is why I'm desperately running out. But of course the other problem is I've been using my phone all day for emails because I didn't have my computer. And of course the computer I was using didn't have any of my email accounts on, so that was a bit of a poop. Right, I'm dropping my parcels. I shall be back shortly, and hopefully my phone will charge itself a bit as well. See ya. Okay, so I'm back again. So yes, iOS 10.3 raft of new features, includes the ability to find your AirPods. I wonder why that car is stopped with his hazards on. He seems to be thinking about going, but quite sure about going with your hazards on. Anyway, yes, iOS 10.3 with some new features. Find my AirPods, always going to be handy. Not so great if you're looking in the snow for your AirPods. I do remember someone, I think, said they were going to use a black marker to do their AirPods black when they got them, which is fair enough. Would look kind of nifty, wouldn't it? Let's just turn them off a minute, because I've a funny feeling. Go down. So find my AirPods, and there's some enhancements. I think the Maps app has got some new feature on it as well. You can choose weather now locations from the maps. Other little tiny bits and pieces. Let's give it a go. Oh. So yeah, all sorts of new goodies. Like I say, I don't know if your phone's going to be any faster on 10.3. Battery life at the moment doesn't seem great, I've got to admit. I'm on about 5%. In fact, I'm starting to think that this video footage is going to go wrong as well. I'm going to be well stuck. I'm going to be back to me 26 minutes from this morning. And it could have been, it was a lot more fluid this morning as well. I was more in control of myself. I'm all to cock now. So what other things have been happening for me? I did upload some footage of playing Star Wars Battlefront this week, with some great response to it. I did notice that Ram Francis UK mentioned that he didn't actually mean in his comment that he'd wondered why I'd never uploaded footage of playing Star Wars Battlefront, but he did now. He did actually just mean that he'd always wondered, I kept talking about it and never uploaded any videos. Well, to be honest, the reason why I hadn't is because I kind of, at the time I've all been playing it all this time, I thought I needed something complicated to do that, you know. I watch a lot of people's gaming videos and they use these sort of complicated systems, this HD capture devices connected via HDMI and stuff to get capture the gameplay. And I kind of thought I needed something substantial to do it. So in the end, of course, with me mostly remote play gaming, it was a lot easier to just simply do the footage off the MacBook Air as I'm, you know, capture it that way, screen capture, which QuickTime saves obviously video footage, so that's dead easy. It doesn't save system audio though, which is a bit of a pain. I think I use something called Soundflower or something like that. I don't know, some web plugin anyway, which basically just uses QuickTime as well, but creates a new audio device which sort of bounces the system sound back through, so it then lets QuickTime save the audio then. So that's quite handy. It was a free as well, so it's even better. So I recorded some more footage. Bob Bell Bob Bell 69 did mention of my footage. He was quite impressed with the levitating stormtrooper. Bob, there are some quite amusing events where there's glitches in the game. That particular one, a stormtrooper obviously got blown up, but ended up just laid on his back, but about, you know, it'd be equivalent of probably about 8 foot in the air or something. So quite high above my my own man's head height even. But yes, there's lots of kind of glitches where you perhaps get blown up. I've been there where I got blown up and my man sort of stretches out in this weird stretchy shape. It's a bit like the old Morph plasticine character. If you imagine getting a hold of him and stretching him all directions, that kind of happens, and then your man springs back and then collapses, and you get people stuck in walls and things and all sorts of little glitches, game glitches. So but on the whole, yeah, I mean, not the best gaming again. I mean, there was a round I wasn't too bad on, so I suppose I could live with that. One was a bit mediocre. I did have a few more games that I recorded, but I didn't upload those, and I probably won't do now. But I'm going to, you know, keep on trying recording what I'm playing on, and you know, if any good games, anything amusing happens, or anything else, then, you know, let's go for it. We'll upload it, and it might be interesting and entertaining for someone. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. So we'll see how we get on with that. So what else has been happening? Work's been okay. You may have noticed as I came out of work, there's some fire extinguishers now mounted on the wall. They were all around work on the floor previously, but apparently we had the fire officer come to come and check all the sort of fixtures and fittings, and check all the fire extinguishers. Have a yearly check. It's one of these boring requirements by government that you have everything checked out. So I had all that checked out, and oh, boom, we're off. So he came and checked all that, and the thing is, when he first came and I was chatting to him, I've shown him around where all the fire extinguishers were, and it turns out, I mean, he normally does like so he does like meetings and discussions of fire safety and things normally. So he's like the one who goes in big businesses and discusses all their requirements and things like that. But they're a bit quiet, and they put him out in the field. But apparently he was a retired fire officer. So he retired 15 years ago. He used to be a chief fire officer with obviously with the fire brigade. So he got to chief, retired 15 years ago, but now he's doing this because he got bored, sat home. So he's working for a fire extinguisher sort of company. So when he went round, and I thought at the time when he said he was a retired chief fire officer, I thought he's going to find problems, this guy, because he obviously knows his stuff. Normally the guys just come to do the job, which is go round, check the extinguishers and the ones that need replacing, so you're going to replace these ones, and otherwise just put the new tags on or whatever else and mark them up. So, but yeah, he says, oh, in legislation you're going to warm out all your fire extinguishers now. You can't have them all just sat on the floor, which we had just left them there. It's easier, isn't it? So we're going to warm out, and we're going to have signs stating what they are and what they're for and everything, you know, like ID signs as well. So so I've been round mounting all those on the wall to comply with regulations. So they're up on the wall, and you notice a bit of woodwork was there as I was leaving as well. We just had those two sort of archways, which were very tall and very wide, much wider and taller than they needed to be. Made those a bit smaller, just trying to keep a bit heat in the sort of workspace, especially this week where it's been freezing all week, and it's not been so great in the warehouse. We're going to try and keep a bit of heat in there, so put that in, and also put some plastic strips, because we used to have rubbishy old bubble wrap hanging down that I'd put up, which was a bad idea at the time. It collected dust and it got all raggedy and dirty and horrible. So I replaced that, and yeah, it's kind of looking better, you know, and hopefully keep a bit of heat in. That's the important bit. Make it a bit warmer in the warehouse for the warehouseman. So been getting on with that. Richard Nellis, I've not forgotten you. I'm going to tag on the end the bit where I read out everything from this morning, probably along with a bit of Star Wars battle footage, I should think, just for good measure. just because it saves me trying to hunt on my watch for all the things you'd written for me, and I've already done it once. I don't see the point of doing it again, so I'll read it out at the end instead, and that'll be sort of the thing. So yeah, I've also started with a cold today, just because today's really been terrible for me. So yeah, I've had the streaming nose, I've got like the dry mouth, sore throat thing going on. It's not great, to be honest. So I'm kind of struggling with many. Do you know? He's just trying to nip past the parked up one. I don't know where he's going to. Yeah. So yeah, getting a cold. Spent ages this morning getting my lad ready for school, for his school trip, wrapped up, and then he didn't go on it. Forgot my MacBook Pro, so I spent all day using a Windows PC to try and do my work. Well, I mean, I could do it because I just need passwords, but I have to be referred to my phone all the time on LastPass to work the passwords out for everything, to get logged into stuff, to actually do anything. So, my God, a lot of parked cars down here today. So it's just been, yeah, it's been a struggle today, and I don't feel I've been super productive either, which is kind of annoying. So generally today's just been one to forget, to be honest. The rest of the week's been fine. I've been quite productive getting stuff done and sorting stuff out, but today's just gone a bit downhill. Oh, there's more traffic. Well, the instruction was as much my side as his. One of us has got to wait, haven't they? So there you are. I'm nearly home, and I'll just get back home and mope about, I think, really, about my rubbish day. There's life, isn't it? So yeah, what else has been happening? I've been watching a few YouTube videos, been trying to catch up on that, catch up on Bob's stuff. I see he's been all busy, as Bob Bell. Obviously got another new grandchild in the family, so he's been busy looking after that one, and trying to get a bit of peace and quiet. Bob, I know the feeling about trying to get a bit of peace and quiet in the house and no one lets you have any, and they're all demanding you do stuff. So yeah, like I say, the only way you're going to get it, set your alarm for 4 AM, mate, and get up dead early, because when they're all snoozing, you've got as much free time to do what you want as you like. It is kind of a bit of an issue that you've got to try and do that. My sleep pattern's gone all the sorts of wrong now. I don't know what's happened to it. I got to the point where I was going to sleep early and waking up early, and then it kind of went all wonky, and now I just seem to be going to sleep early and sleeping all night. Except last night I went to sleep early, then woke up at 2:30 and didn't really get back to sleep, so that wasn't great either. Just to top everything off. So that's it. It's a bit evolved. It's nowhere near as good as this morning's. This morning's was far better. Just far better. And maybe I ought to upload both. Just do a multi-vlog. Who knows? I don't know what I'll decide to do yet. I'll see how I feel tonight. If I feel tonight, probably I won't do nothing at all for it, but we'll see. Right. Have a good weekend and week next week. Hopefully it's going to get a bit warmer next week, because it's just been so free. -4. I've never known -4, I don't think. The car said this morning it was cold, proper cold. Okay, I'll catch you in next week's coffee vlog. See ya!